Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for the 7th episode in the missing motivation kind of, lost motivation crafting video or series. And what I thought we could do today is just have a look at, emulating somebody else's project. So I'm going to share with you a couple of the favourites that I have in my favourites. Now, I have done a condensed version of my favourites because my favourites list is massive. So there was no way I could actually show you all of my favourites because I would be here all day. So what I've done, I've just taken a handful and I haven't kind of like done them in any particular order or anything like that. Or, I haven't left out some from my favourites for any reason. I just kind of picked a random selection. But I just thought I would, come along and share with you some of the ones that I like. So I've got kind of here, Happiest Happy Mail from Angie, and this is from Ruby and Pearl. Now, I will try and remember to link all of these videos below. Now, this is a flip through of some Happy Mail that, Ruby and Pearl received from Angie, which this is the Angie Bunner who, she sends Happy Mail and things. She doesn't seem to have a sort of internet presence herself, but she makes the most incredible things. So that obviously is in my favourites because the journal and things that she sent is so very inspirational. I've got here an easy scrapbooking tag tutorial from Maremi SmallArt. And again, I mean, I love Maremi SmallArt, Marta over there. She just does amazing things. Now, she obviously does more art journaling and things these days. But, definitely I find everything she does very, very inspirational. I've got Teal and Tattered there from for how to make faux vintage tickets using scraps. Now, again, she features a lot in my favourites list. I really find her very, very inspirational and she does the most incredible things. I've got Roxy's Weekly Challenge from Gail Agostinelli with the week one, the book page tags. I've got Making Fun Tags Using Book Pages, and that's from Shanuki's Art. Now, what's quite interesting is when I looked down my list, a lot of these seem to be, what I talked about where what I find very inspirational often is when I see people make a whole great big bunch of things. So, if by the end of the video or the end of the session, they've ended up with a lot of stuff, I find that very, very inspiring. And so I did notice that lots of these are that sort of style. I've got here jumbo paper clips from a trace of sparkle. And again, she ends up with lots of them made. I've got Liz for a Day doing mini vintage tags. Again, she ends up with a lot. And then one that I absolutely love is Ways to Use Napkins for Junk Journal Embellishments. Now, this is from Juni Desiree. So she calls herself JD, mainly in her videos. Oh my goodness. She doesn't even do crafting on there. She just shows a bunch of her ways that she has used napkins ready to be used. So she's got a bunch of pockets, she's got a bunch of envelopes, things like that, all just decoupaged up onto, I think it's mainly book page, creating all these different things. But I mean, the video itself is only like 12 minutes long, and like I say, she's not actually even crafting, but I find it so inspiring because she's got this huge stash of all these wonderful, gorgeous decoupage napkin items that, of course, you can't help but watch that video and think, oh my goodness, I would love to have, a bunch of those things in my stash. So, yeah, I just thought I would share sort of, like I say, a few of my favourites there. And then I thought, let's go back and I'm going to pick here. So this is the easy scrapbooking tag tutorial from Maremi SmallArt. I think it's quite an old video. I think I double checked and I think it was from 2016. I didn't see it in 2016. I have obviously watched it a lot more recently. But she's just making the most beautiful tag. Now let me come to kind of more like the end of it. And oops, let me show you. Show you how that looks. Because it's got things all hanging off the edge of it, which I just thought was incredibly gorgeous. So it looks like it's a very easy one to emulate. Obviously mine is going to be, very, very different looking. But it's going to be inspired by her, if you see what I mean. Inspired by her video, but look incredibly different. So that is that. So I have already made my tag blank, if you see what I mean, you know, the base for my tag. I'm just going to cut a couple of corners, but I thought I would spare you the process of me actually gluing the paper onto some background page. And then what I've done, she made hers using a bunch of die cuts. Now, I've talked before, I absolutely love die cuts. I've got a bit of a weakness for them. And yeah, I mean, yes, really should stop collecting them and stop buying them now. I've bought them for years. Don't know why I love them so much, but there's just something about die cuts I cannot resist. So I thought I'm going to just come along with some die cuts. I may mix them with, you know, some other pieces. I don't know yet. But yeah, just kind of like have a bit of a craft along and try and use her tag as the basis of my inspiration. And really the thing that was different to me about her tag was obviously the fact that her pieces were all kind of like hanging off the edge. So that's where I'm going to go for, you know, for my inspiration here. Now I've got one of my labels. It's just laying around on the desk, so I can of course use that. And we've got our stamped pieces that we did the other day. So I might be able to use one of those. So let's just take that. In fact, I might be able to use a couple. Like I say, the purpose of this really is to just pull things for inspiration to be able to create a project. I am not in any way trying to actually copy what she's created. I'm just very loosely drawing an idea from what she's done. So for instance, this, I mean, it looks nothing like the tag that she created, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't inspired by her tag, if you see what I mean. So I think sometimes, you know, it's easy to watch a project and think, oh, I can't really create that because I haven't got those things. I think, you know, I mean, it's fine to actually try and copy, you know, something somebody's done, you know, not word for word, but, you know, piece for piece. But it's also fine to think, well, I haven't got those things, but I could do, you know, something else. I could use something else, you know, and just go with what you have got rather than think, you know, straight away, oh, I haven't got those things, I can't then therefore do it. My tag, like I say, is going to look nothing like her tag, but it's come from her tag, if you see what I mean. You know, the inspiration has been drawn from her tag. So like that. Now, I mean, I think that looks lovely already. Let's just have a look and see. So again, just delving back into those lovely die cuts. See if we might have a couple more bits. Maybe kind of like put in the background there. I have to say, I mean, I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to die cuts. So this is like killing me to be being very generous with using them like this. But, oh, let's throw caution to the wind and use those die cuts. Oh, honestly, it's killing me. Okay, there we go. So just pop that down. And like I say, this is just kind of an extra bit of detail in the background. The background page itself is just from my butterfly blue kit. The new, you know, digitally remastered version of my butterfly blue. So if you bought the butterfly blue, oops, I didn't stick that clock down. If you bought the butterfly blue kit a few years ago, this is actually a different version. It's an updated version. So yeah, if you had the old version, it's not going to have this sheet. This is from my re-released version, which I did do a launch video of some time back. So yeah, right, now I'm going to have a couple of labels, and again, you know, trying to stick with that theme where she had things overhanging the edges, because that's what made that tag you know, stand out and look a little bit different to obviously other tags. So just going to have a look and see if I've got anything else laying around here that I might like to bring in. Okay, yeah, I've got some more labels. Oh, I've got this one, but there's a little bit on the small side, I think. But having said that, it might be okay. So I'm using a mixture of like the die cut pieces. These are Craft die cuts that I'm using. Like I say, I've had them in my stash for quite a long time. They are from the Craft Storybook collectibles. Now, I do love Craft as a brand. You know, I buy their stuff a lot. I think that, you know, they just have the most gorgeous things. So, yeah, I would recommend pretty much anything by Craft, to be honest. I think they do lovely things. But like I said, I've had mine for quite a long time. I don't know whether they're, you know, freely available anymore. But I've been obviously hoarding them. So, yeah, it's kind of time to actually make use of some of them. Right, here we go. So I've got this now. I wonder if this is about 1.5 inches. Oh my goodness. Okay. That was tight, wasn't it? Trying to do that. So let's just take that, and I will just ink around the edge where obviously I've got that border. Okay, sweetie pie. So my daughter's just here. We are just filming this just before our holiday and things, and having to get out our house for our guests that are coming. So yeah, she's banned from going in any rooms. I'm filming this the same day that I filmed my final mass making for while we are going away, and yeah, she's no longer allowed in any of the rooms because they're all tidy and finished for the guests. So she's only allowed now in the kitchen and the hallway, aren't you, darling? She's oh, and the bathroom. Well, the downstairs toilet. So yeah, she's not that impressed. Her face is saying it all. She doesn't look very impressed. Okay. There we go. Just pop that one down there. Okay, and then I'm going to put this label on. And again, having the label just overhanging the edge slightly. Okay then, sweetie pie. Yeah? Okay.
Is Rex still here?
No, darling. The brothers are both at work, aren't they? So, okay, right. So we've got that. Now, I have also got, sorry, now I've got glue all over the back of my tag. Let me just clear that off. The other thing is a butterfly, and again I'm going to try and put this butterfly sort of hanging off like Maremi SmallArt did. So yeah, let's just trim that down. I mean, who knows, this might not even actually go, but if it goes and if it looks okay, I'm going to try and have it hanging off. So sorry about all that noise. She's out in the hall, obviously banging about now because, you know, she's bored. Oh, how gorgeous does that look just at the side there? So, oh, it's a bit of a shame that I've semi-printed something else on there, but it's mainly covered up now by there anyway, so that's fine. You can't really see it. So we've got quite a lot of things going on that side. I don't know whether I want to have anything hanging off on that side. Let me just try punching this one out. No, I'm not going to be able to put this in here very easily, am I? Ooh. Oh my goodness. That is super fiddly. Super, super fiddly. Oh my goodness. Oh. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to cut that one out, which is a bit of a shame, but okay. Right. There we go. Let's just ink that up. Yeah, so I'm going to just have that one hanging off on that edge. Just so we've got a few more things hanging off on the edges, because she had quite a few things hanging off the edges of her tag. So, you know, just kind of making it look a little bit more like hers as well. Let's just have a quick look. Don't know what to put as the tab there. She used like beads and things. I don't think I'm going to be using beads. Just having a look to see if I've got some pretty ribbon or anything.
Can we go to Nanny and Grandad's today?
We are going to Nanny and Grandad's, aren't we? Because we're going to be staying there. So we definitely will be. Yes, we're all staying there, aren't we?
To my dad's.
Sorry about that. Right, so we're just going to put this, because do you think that looks pretty on there? It does look pretty, doesn't it? I mean, it's kind of like a different colour for that, but I think it does look good. So just put that. I'm going to put one of those lovely wide eyelets in here. Obviously, I have been hoarding these, of course. But yeah, I'm going to put a pink one on. So it's, oh, actually, no. Do I want to put a pink one? No, I'm going to put a blue one on. Honestly, I thought, oh, let's be really adventurous, but actually it's not really the right colour for the, you know, the piece that the sari silk that I'm using. So to be honest, it probably will just look really strange. So let's just put this one in and then just, yep. And obviously, if you haven't got die cuts, you know, you maybe have some fussy cuts, you know, from digitals and things that you've bought, or from scrapbook papers, you know, just use those. They're, you know, that is fussy cuts, you know, they are die cuts basically. So, you know, you don't have to kind of go out and buy specially, you know, like these, the Kaisercraft ones or anything. You've probably got something in your stash that would be good enough to be able to use, you know. I just thought, well, you know, I've hoarded these for ages. It's probably time I actually get on and use them. But yeah, I mean, otherwise I would have definitely just used some, you know, some digital fussy cut pieces. So just put that pretty bow there. And I mean, I know that bow is kind of like strange because in some ways, you know, it's gone off at a tangent colour-wise. But I actually think it looks really pretty having that sort of contrast. I mean, I could have played it safe and gone with just more blue, but to be honest, I think this actually adds a lot more interest to the tag. So again, just cut that down. Now I might just pop some splatters on or something. So just having a look. Actually, I'm not going to put any splatters on. What I'm going to do is just go around the edge in one or two places with some gold, I think. So just like that. Okay. Like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? What a gorgeous tag. And that was so fun to make. Unfortunately, I've stopped the camera, so I have no idea how long that actually took. But I mean, it feels like it took no time at all. Maybe for you guys, it feels like it took ages. But yeah, for me, it feels like it took no time at all. And it just is, yeah, something very different to what I would perhaps make as tags normally. So completely inspired by, obviously, the project that I had in my favourites. So yeah, I hope that you like it. I hope it's given you some inspiration and things to, you know, going forward if you are missing your mojo. I will do a quick follow-up of all the bits that we did manage to make and that we did during our missing mojo. And yeah, I hope that you feel slightly more inspired if you are at the moment currently struggling with your mojo. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.